Chasing cows in the rugged mountains of Idaho. Wrestling calves at branding time. Welcome to the real deal cowboy life at McGarry Ranches in Rexburg, Idaho. Spend a week with the McGarrys.
Gets kind of western out here, doesn't it?
It does.
And you're guaranteed to work hard, get dirty, and live the life of a working cowboy.
Everybody thinks we're crazy.
But for Brooks and Beth May, it's the perfect vacation.
That we come out here and we actually pay somebody to work on their ranch.
The Kentucky couple are here for the 10th time in the last 8 years. It was love at first sight.
People come from all over the country and all over the world to experience the real deal cowboy life at McGarry Ranches.
It was very evident the very first day that this was no show. This was a real way of life. These were real cowboys and cowgirls.
The McGarrys have been running cattle in this country ever since Henry McGarry first arrived here in the 1880s. Family patriarch Theron McGarry, Henry's great-grandson, opened up the ranch to guests about 25 years ago. And while McGarry's is a member of the Dude Ranchers Association, there's only one activity here. Do whatever it takes to keep the ranch running that day, from the back of a horse.
That we don't get up every morning and think, oh gosh, we got guests, now how do we entertain them? We just get up, we got something to do, and they're going with us.
This is Annie.
Annie? Hi, Annie.
Most days start the same way, saddling horses. Guests are up at 6, eat breakfast at 7, saddle at 8, load up the horse trailer, and head for the mountains, where the McGarrys run about 1,000 cow-calf pairs on 55,000 acres of ranching leases in the Caribou-Targhee National Forest. That's about 100 miles southwest of Yellowstone National Park. Today's mission, track down a dozen cow-calf pairs, round them up, and vaccinate and brand the calves. But before we go looking for the cattle, we need to set up a branding corral.
No corrals up here at all, so we just have to set up our own.
It's no easy task, but everybody pitches in. And as usual, that includes Theron's extended family. Theron's son-in-law, right-hand man, and head wrangler Dirk Morton is joined by his daughter Courtney, her husband Kyle, and their son Carson, a future rodeo star who's already riding miniature bulls and winning buckles at the tender age of 12.
That's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
You're probably the only bull rider in your class, I'll bet.
Yep, I am.
I keep wanting him to rope more than he wants to ride bulls, but I can't seem to win in that category yet, so.
You like getting in and you're kind of thinking like, how's this gonna end up, kind of.
Yeah, we've told him if he's riding rough stock though, he has to rope.
He likes the bulls better.
Yeah, he likes the bulls better.
How do you feel about that?
You know, I'm all right with it. We've kept him pretty safe as can be, you know, so far, but.
Rodeo runs in the family. Dirk is a 7-time Idaho State bareback champion, and every one of his 5 kids have won their own saddles in rodeo competitions. The family's roping skills will come in handy today, but first we got to find those cows.
Bring them back to here. We'll go down and start gathering these right here and see what we got.
Dirk and Kyle take the lead as we head out to search.
Hey Kyle, did you guys go right or left where this fork is?
Every rider's saddle is outfitted with a walkie-talkie to keep in touch in this rugged country. Courtney knows it well. She was barely out of her toddler years when she started coming up here with Grandpa.
You kind of grew up out here with Grandpa?
Yep, I did. 4 or 5, I'd probably say. Even before we could really ride, we'd go pack salt with Grandpa Theron and ride the pack horse, you know, and sit on the, gosh, I forget, like the tree of the saddle, and then you'd have the salt, you know, and our feet would just be on it, and yeah, it was fun, so.
Today she still rides with Granddad whenever she can, usually about once a week. Carson comes even more often, and other family members love to saddle up to help out whenever they can.
People always comment how close our family is, that we're always doing a lot of things together.
Well, you do stuff together because you're always doing something fun together.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we think it's fun, so.
How many families get to go chase cows together?
Right, yeah.
Or have a rodeo star?
Yeah.
They do everything together. Everybody goes to the mountain. Everybody pitches in when they brand.
The family is a big part of the attraction for Beth and Brooks, who feel like they've been adopted.
You know, we get very close. These people spend here a lot of times. It's like our motto is, you know, you come as guests and leave as family. And And I guess that's kind of the way it is, you know.
It's easy to feel connected here. McGarry Ranches only takes 10 guests at a time, usually adults only, and you better like to ride. In fact, ranch guests spend so much time in the saddle they're assigned 2 horses for the week, changing mounts every other day to give those hard-working animals the rest they need. Most every horse is a registered quarter horse, and the saddles intact are top quality.
A lot of them's handmade saddles. Stirrups are turned so that people's knees and ankles don't bother them. And we want them so that they're as comfortable as they can be. You get equipment that's nice for them to ride, it helps immensely.
We find most of the cows we're looking for, but one pair remains missing.
No luck, Durkin.
I didn't even see a track. They got to be up there or in here somewhere, but I don't know where. We'll go brand the ones we got.
Back at the corral, the air is soon filled with swinging lariats, the sound of bellowing cows, and the smell of burning hair as roping, dragging, and branding gets underway. Courtney won her saddle team roping, and we can all see why.
I know, I have to show these boys how it's done sometimes, you know. No, heavens
We're
no.
glad you do. We'll get done faster.
This mother of 4 is a pretty good shot. Carson, Kyle, and Dirt get their share too. Hired hand Charlie Jones heads up the ground crew, throwing roped calves to the ground. Not an easy job. Beth applies the vaccine shot. Brooks jumps in too, as Theron handles the branding iron.
Now, I know people are going to ask, why do you have to brand?
Well, because we run a big open range, and without that, there's no way to identify. We mix with other people's cattle, and so in order to be able to prove ownership to them, you brand them.
You can do as much or as little of this as you want, or just watch.
It's what you make it. If you go home without a bruise or a scratch, you ain't had any fun.
Finally, we get her done, at least as far as the branding goes. We still have to tear down the portable and very heavy corral gates, then load up the horses.
You do that easy, huh?
Yeah, they're ready to go. They're tired for the day.
That's a good job to have done.
If your idea of a vacation is a cool drink on a beach, this may not be your cup of tea, but Brooks and Beth wouldn't have it any other way.
Got your vacation's worth today, huh?
Yes, got our money's worth today, there's no question. Whew.
If you want to experience the real deal.
That's it. It doesn't get any more real than that.
After a great day of chasing cows in the spectacular Idaho mountains, you'll return to your comfortable cabin here at ranch headquarters, where you can kick back for a few minutes before joining your new friends for a delicious home-cooked dinner. And trust me, you will sleep well. More to come tomorrow when we're back in the saddle for a cattle drive.